Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I Am Playing Final Fantasy XIV. The speed! Anyway, last episode we did job quests. Today we're going to go and do more job quests, because why wouldn't we? What do we get at level 68? We get Bavakakra? Whatever the hell that is. Anyway, it is shares the same cast timer as Hellfrock Medium. So it's basically the same thing, but then a single targeted instead of AoE. So you just use 50 of your Ninki gauge, and you can use Bavakakra? That is such a weird freaking... Anyway, whatever, something Japanese. Anything else we get? At 66. Enhanced Mug, which increases your Ninki gauge by 40 upon successfully landing Mug. So now Mug will give us a lot of those points, which apparently it didn't give it before. Well, today I learned. Ah, Lynn, Aboro got back not long ago. Mumbled something about his trip to the village was uneventful. And dragged his beater cases off somewhere or another, looking at the ground all the while. Jack knows how to read a cove, and something tells me the boy ain't right these days. Like he's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. You know the lad better than anyone. You reckon there's somewhere he'd run off to if he were looking to clear his head? Is there a waterfall in these parts, perchance? A waterfall? Now that you mention it, I did hear the sound of running water when I went on a stroll the other day. It's raining. I'm not quite sure I whittled you, but if that's what you think the lad is, like it's not your right, let's go and see if we can't ease his scares a bit. Oh, my shimmery timbers. Funny man with funny yokes. Summon celebratory flames in honor of a realm that rose from the ashes. Rise from the ashes like a true phoenix. Really wish I could do it on command, like the rough kind of deal. But I can't. I can only do that when the stars align. No, Lynn. I had hoped to spend more time alone with my thoughts, but it is just as well. It grows cold and I would warm myself by a fire. While it is raining. You know me all too well, Lynn. Suppose that I should not be surprised. Well, you shocked the living wits out of me. I was expecting to find you in front of a waterfall, not in it. At first, I did just that, Captain Jack, but listening to the flowing water did not calm my heart as I hoped. I took the next logical course of action. I cannot explain it. I returned to my village, fully expecting to be punished for my deception and chastised for my failure to perform my duty. Instead, I was greeted as a hero, the honorable shinobi who slew the villainous Karasu, traitor to our village and country. But it is all a lie. Master Gekai was a traitor, and were it not for Karasu putting aside the foul deeds he performed in service to his final master, my eyes would have been forever blind to the truth. That day I promised Karasu that I would keep the truth hidden, and claim the glory and accolades in his stead. At the time I thought nothing of it. But it is just too much. Perhaps the man deserved to die for his sins. It is not for me to judge. But does he deserve to go to the grave as a hated villain, while I reap the fruits of deeds I can scarcely call my own? You really are too serious for your own good, lad. Let old Jack tell you a story. Once upon a time, well, mayhap not so long, there was a dimmer ward by the name of Milala, a captain of the Yellow Jackets, who was always more style than substance, if you will me. Long story short, Lynn and me did ourselves a good deed, but alas took the credit for herself. Did a part of me resent it? Sure, I've got feelings as any other cove, but people in our business, including this Karasu Rook, I reckon, need people like her. People to stand in the lightments and claim the glory while we ply our trade in the dark. Malala might not have done the deed, but since then, they say she's a new woman, doing all she can to be the hero that people believe her to be. Ain't not so many wits. I guess what I'm saying is, rather than clouting yourself with a knob about glory you feel you don't deserve, why not try to live up to the person your friends would have you be? Thank you, Captain Jack. I must admit I never thought of it that way. Abora, forgive me. I have ready the falcon as you requested. Shall we pay Master Kamui a visit? Allow me to explain, my friends. Since returning here, I have been researching the history of our village, in particular the life of our forefather, Master Sasuke, in hopes of better understanding our foe and the grudge he bears. The tales say that Master Sasuke came to Doma on a mission so secret, no records of it were ever left. Our elders too were at a loss. If any possessed knowledge of such ancient happenings, they said it would be the old hermit. That is what we call Master Kamui, an elder who retired from his post long ago and now spends his days in meditation at Plum Spring, pondering the meaning of existence to depths ordinary minds can scarce comprehend. Then, as my student, you two are an heir to Master Sasuke's legacy. I ask that you accompany me to Plum Springs, that together we may learn the truth about the father of our art. Will you do this? Excellent. Plum Springs is not far from here, but you cannot travel there on land. Tsubame was kind enough to summon a falconer. Let us return to Namai. I'm no shinobi and I wouldn't know this Sasuke from a hole in the ground, but I'm coming with you. If for no other reason than I'm dying for a change of scenery. Master Kamui rarely accepts visitors, but the elders have assured me he awaits our arrival. Do not ask me why, but they say he's particularly interested in seeing you, Tsubame. In any event, Plum Springs is but a short and pleasant flight away. When you're ready to depart, pray speak to the falconer over there. Yeah. I mean, I could have flown here myself, but whatever. Flying here? Yes. Flown here. This is the esteemed Master Kamui. I can scarcely wait to hear what the words of enlightenment he would share with us. Oh no. 1,000 apologies for the intrusion, Master Kamui. It is I, Oboro. I have come seeking knowledge of Master Sasuke and the founding of our village. If it would not be an imposition, pray share with us your great wisdom.
About who? I don't know any about... Ah, yes. My back. Every word I speak is a dagger in me. No, this won't do it all. I've been eating my medicine. The usual, that is, liver of a Yangshan tiger, horn of a rhino beetle, claw of a doman weasel. Yes, that always does the trick. Yes, I simply cannot carry on a conversation in such pain. So be on your way, boys. You stay here, my little swallow, and keep an old man company.
For every Widbay and a dagger in him, he sure likes this Splatland.
Oboro. Oboro, where have I heard that name before?
Enlightenment, my arse, this old coot's a real piece of work.
Oboro, ah yes, the dim little boy who would never quite match the wits and skills of his friend Karasu.
Yes, that is I. It is my honor to bring you the medicine you seek, Master. Forgive me, friends, but it seems we have little choice but to indulge the Master. Between the three of us, hopefully it will not prove too trying a task. Let us return to the mine. Is this going to be like a Master Roshi kind of deal? I mean, it doesn't have to be Master Roshi. Just perverted old man. The end. Playing errand boy for Master Kamui. What a splendid turn of events. In any event, let us split up and make short work of this. I will hunt down a Yangshan tiger. Captain Jack, pray see the rhino beetle horn. Then I would entrust the Doman Weasel Claw to you. My apologies for troubling you with such a menial task. But I fear Master Kamui is nothing if not stubborn. In any event, let us return here when we have found what he seeks. Lettuce. Everybody enjoys some good old lettuce. I mean, I know of one person who does not enjoy it at all. So... And I can't really say that I enjoy it, but it does help give texture to a meal. Like how I just did my little thing with my hands, as if you guys can see it. I did it a lot, actually. Come to think of it. Also, I really don't have to go that far. I don't have to buff up that much to kill some random level 64 weasel.
Level 64 weasel! Oh my god!
Oh, this music. How it soothes my soul.
Truly it is wonders
for an old man. By the way, I'm not an old man. Big surprise, right? Ah, Lynn, I trust you were able to procure a weasel claw? This massive, razor-sharp claw is flecked with the blood of the weasel's many victims. Thank you, friend. I am pleased to report that Captain Jack and I were also successful in our hunts. Let us return to Plum Spring and hope that Master Kamui is feeling more talkative. It's all the same to you lads, I'll be staying here. Thank you kindly. I'm like us not to give the little cuda clot in the knob, and I reckon your elders wouldn't take kindly to that. Is it just me or does Master Kamui seem rather spry, given his condition? No matter, let us give the man what he asked for. My favourite medicine never fails to put a spring in an old man's step. But, Master Kamui, we have not begun to boil it. Forgive me. What I mean to say is it warms my heart to see you so well. So it was Sasuke's secret mission you wished to hear of, my boy? Let me see what I remember. It was oh so long ago. Once upon a time in Hingashi, in a time they called the Age of Strife, there lived a man named Hanzo. Hanzo the First, leader of the Kagekakushi clan. He crafted a summoning mudra of terrifying power. Many a warlord did covet this power, that they might wield it to unify the warring states under their rule. Hanzo would hear nothing of it. Time and again he turned down prestigious posts and untold riches, declaring that the mudra would be used only in defense. He recorded his knowledge on a single scroll, and sealed it away from the eyes of man. Some time later, a vagabond came to Kagekakuchi. Kushi? I like it, Kuji. After the villagers nursed him back to health, he explained that he had fled across the sea from the land of Doma to escape the reign of a tyrant. So it was that Hanzo I, moved deeply by the traveler's story, called upon Sasuke, his most trusted protege, to carry the forbidden knowledge across the Ruby Sea and bring freedom to the people of Doma. Sasuke wielded the power but once, such was its power. In a matter of moments, the tyrant's army crumbled before its might, and the Doman people at last knew freedom. But Sasuke felt that his job was not yet done. He resolved to remain in Doma, and establish a village here, that he might train his new countrymen to carry on his legacy and pass down the art of ninjutsu to future generations. That is the untold story of our village's origins. As for the forbidden mudra by whose power Doma's freedom was won, who can say why our ancestors feared it so? All that we know is that he was not content to merely seal the scroll away, but took his blade in hand and sliced it clean in two. One piece was presented as an offering to the king of Doma in celebration of the nation's newfound freedom. The other he sealed away in his village. Our village, never again to see the light of day. I suspected as much. Master Sasuke was no traitor or deserter, but a shinobi of honor. Even at the time, it is said that Hanzo I told no one other than Sasuke, none other of Sasuke's true mission. Though unfortunate, it is little surprise that today, centuries later, his descendants see Sasuke as little more than a traitor who stole away with their greatest treasure and fled to a foreign land. Thank you, Master Kamui. This has proven more enlightening beyond my wildest hopes. Glad to hear it, boy, but don't think I'll take kindly to you interrupting my blissful enlightenment again. As for you, my little swallow, you're welcome to come back any time. Sorry to interrupt your lecherous prattle, but the princess here's got news to share, and I'm afraid it ain't a good variety. Abori, I must move quickly. Our men afield have reported that the Kakekakuchi clan musters their forces in full, and means to march on Doma. No doubt Hanzo has figured out where the other half of the scroll lies. There's no time to lose. We must return at once and prepare to defend the village. Did you really think he was dead? He will never die, unfortunately. Actually, no, I love that character. But he is an ass, though. He is really an ass. Tsubame has gone to deliver the news to the others. Meanwhile, Princess Yuki makes for the Ruby Sea to look out for the Kakekakuchi's army's approach. We know not the size of our foe's army, nor their strength, only that both are formidable and then some. Suffice it to say, we will be tested as never before. In what time we have, I implore you to devote yourself to your training, as if our very lives depended on it. For surely they do. Alright. Time for Samurai. Also, I will be away from the microphone. Ooh, spooky. As I will grab a sheet because it is cold. There we go. Much better. Let's... Judy Sekisegumi. My boys. My boys. Anyway, hello. Great tidings then. We've ascertained the location of Ugetsu's hideout. Captain Congo has the details. A moment if you would. Then, you're welcome. We scoured Shiden's quarters and what should turn up among his possessions, but missives he received from Ugetsu. They point to a certain ruin in Yangsha. Now, word of Shiden's demise will have already reached Ugetsu, and he must assume that we will track him down ere long. But he will not, cannot run. To do so after losing his right hand would cost him much of the momentum he has painstakingly gained. As I see it, two choices remain to Ugetsu. He will await our coming, or he will bring the fight to us. Either way, the stakes are high. As you know, Ugetsu is a peerless swordsman. Only you, who bested Shiden, and perhaps myself, could stand a chance against him. As captain, my place is here at the barracks. While I hold fort, I bid you and Makoto journey to Yangsha, there to hunt down Ugetsu. I shall pray for your safety and success. If instead the rogue should show himself here, rest assured I will give him a rousing welcome. Yangsha lies upon the mainland across the Ruby Sea. We will first make for Namai, a small mountain village, and thence go after Ugetsu and his hordes. Boom, 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 pow, boom, pow, boom, 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 pow. This way, I'm sorry, I am distracted. The ruin serving as Ugetsu's hideout is near. I shall scout on ahead. Meanwhile, pray scour the area for insurgents and tend to them. Oh yeah, time to do some killing. While I ride in to battle on my sheep. My beautiful round and fluffy sheep.
Who wants a taste of my steel? You!
Sort that one meme from Xenoblade.
You!
That was so good. Charged up his attack, slowly turns around, dies. Nice. Dies of cringe. Midare Setsu something. Let me just go and... I can go and do this. Perish. Perish the thoughts!
man. Why don't you guys go home to your wives? They miss you dearly. Or maybe they don't, because you're a bunch of assholes. Bye. Or maybe you don't even have wives. Forever maidenless.
Getsu is nowhere to be seen, and that means...
Oh, he's on his way to Kagane. Pay your captain a visit.
Kakame, preserve. We must hurry back. We've no time to waste, then let us hurry back to Kagane.
Yeah. Forgive me. I was too weak. Sekisagumi, yours now. You must finish.
Well, for a moment I died in my eyes. But it really is you, Kagetsu. I hadn't expected to see you in a Sekisugume uniform, dear sister. That stands, yes. The very picture of the master himself. So you're Musasai's final pupil, and a samurai who felt Shiden. We meet at last, Ugetsu at your service. Like you, I trained under Musasai, and like you, I was made to walk his absurd path. We are practically brother and sister. It's a shame, then, that we stand on opposing sides. Ingashu has known peace for too long. Their leaders have grown soft, and they spent their days in decadence. Their existence is a blight, one that must be burned out with the fires of revolution. To kindle this fire, I bade Shiden assassinate the Tyro. But thanks to you and yours, the attempt ended in miserable failure. Till now we have kept to the shadows. That time is past. No few people share our vision, and by bringing them into the fold, we shall have the strength to face the Bakufu openly, and defeat it. Removing your captain was the first step in this endeavor. With him gone, the good men and women of the Sekisugumi may choose with their hearts. If there are any souls here who would join our cause, we welcome you with open arms. The offer stands for you too, Kagetsu, my sister pupil. Will you not create a new world with me? Create. You can create not with the edge of a blade. Nay, what you seek to do is destroy. Should the Bakufu fall, Hingashi will be plunged into another age of blood. Blood will flow, aye, but it will serve to nourish and strengthen a new nation, one that is free of the corruption that tainted the old. What we have now is not peace, but stagnance. Hingashi has become a morass of decay, and we samurai must be the tsunami. The tsunami? Tsunami that washes it clean to make way for true peace. A samurai fights the war of chaos, not create it. Have you forgotten Master Musasai's teachings? Clearly my breath is wasted on you, but what of the others? Will you remain mindless slaves to the Bakufu? Or will you join me and bring about true change? Disappointing. I'd hoped some of you would see sense. But if you must fight, then so be it. I have no desire to spill blood needlessly. Let us settle this away from the masses. On the Isle of Beko. Your people against mine. Though, if I may make an observation, it seems you may want for blades, dear sister. Now that your men are aware of our connection. Hear me, my comrades. As the leader of the first squad, I have been chosen to carry on Captain Kongo's legacy. The battle against Ugetsu promises to be bloody, but come what may, we must prevail. The future of Hingashi rests upon us. Forgive me, Lin, but it is all true. Ugetsu is my older brother, and Kagetsu is my birth name, though I have long cast it aside. We were born into a samurai family in the capital, Bukio. From a tender age, Ugetsu showed tremendous talent as a swordsman, and everyone knew him as a child prodigy. But to me, he was always the kind and caring brother. I was proud of him, and I couldn't have been prouder when the legendary Musasai took him as a pupil. And he took to the road for his training, and I never saw him again. It was a different man who returned. Instead of easy smiles, he wore frowns. Instead of good-natured quipping, he engaged in heated tirades directed at the Bakufu and the great lords. There was so much anger, but more than that, there was despair. Despair for his country. Not long thereafter, he parted ways with Master Musasai and began instructing me in the katana. As far as back then, I believed he harbored the dream of toppling the Bakufu, and so he instilled in me the skills to survive in a war-ravaged world. In time, I came into my own as a samurai. And then it happened. My brother assassinated high-ranking officers of the Bakufu, and our family was made to pay the price. Our line was ordered wiped from existence. My parents were summarily executed, and it was only by chance that I escaped their fate. Out on the streets and without a home, I journeyed to Kugane. I adopted the name Makoto, and knocked on the Sekisegumi's doors, with but one purpose in my mind: punishing Ugetsu. We may share the same blood, but I can never forgive him, for our parents' blood is on his hands. But for all my determination, I am no match for my brother, and while his cause grows in strength, mine only weakens. In our culture, people are defined first by their birth, and the revelation that I am kin to Ugetsu has shaken my men's faith in me. They may not accept my authority, even though the captain willed it. And with him gone, there is naught I may depend upon save mine own conviction. And you, Lin. Even should it cost me my life, I swear to end my brother's ambition. I pray that you will stand with me through this trying time. Interesting. Good soup. Very good soup. Did I even check the skills? I didn't. Level 66 gives you Way of the Samurai, which increases the potency of Hakaze, Jinpu, and Shifu. Hakaze, Shifu, Jinpu, and Shifu. Those are the first three moves. Okay, and then at level 60, you get a Hakakure, which converts your Setsu, Getsu, and Ka into Kenki. Each sen converted increases your Kenki gauge by 10. Can only be executed under the effect of at least one of the three statuses. So if you, for some kind of, well, actually, I usually do it in between pulls. If I have maximum stickers, I tend to just transform into Kenki, or Kenki instead of Kenki. Because I want to have the AoE for the next pull and all that jazz. So you can just use it to get rid of some of your stickers if you want to have a clear inventory, so to speak. Then we have Iki Shoten, which just increases your Kinky gauge by 50. Just a cooldown every 120 seconds, you can just get 50 Kinky. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna keep calling it Kinky. Not Kinky, Kinky. Girabania. Give me my Easter ride tickets. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me check that because I don't. I don't think there's anything else that requires me to go to Kukane. The instant we hand Gilbard's journal to headquarters, the truth of Vengelon's death is all but guaranteed to be struck from history. I've thought long and hard on a course of action, what we should do with the tome, and I believe I'm drawing close to the answer. Before I make my decision, however, I would ask your honest opinion. Do you think the sordid truth of the Autumn War should be made public knowledge, even should it jeopardize our relations with Alamiko? Oof. Man. What should you do with that? I would honestly keep it a secret. Practical choice from a practical woman. As a man of the military, it should be mine also. But the truth would be lost. It is arguably a small sacrifice to make in the face of potential chaos. Thank you, then. As a leader of our unit, I am now ready to make my decision. Let us find Kidalot. He will wish to hear it too. It was just so unnecessary chaos. Anyway, what do we get at 66? Nature's Min increases HP recovery via healing actions by 15% for herself and nearby party members. Similar to Mantra from Monk. But you just basically use this and you'll be able to give the healers a boost in healing everybody up. Also at level 68 we get Enhanced Imperial Arrow, which guarantees a trigger of the additional effect for current Mage's Ballad, Army's Peon, and the Wanderer's Minuet when Imperial Arrow hits a target. So, if during Mage's Ballad you get the recast, what is it again? Reduces the recast by 7 points, like by half the time basically. Whenever I would use Imperial Arrow while in this song, I would then immediately get that effect. Same with Army's Peon, it would immediately give me one of the notes to increase my speed, and with Wanderer's Minuet it would also immediately give me a piece of repertoire. So, is it repertoire? No, it's not repertoire. It would just immediately give me the thingamabob. The pitch perfect things. Yeah. Also, I did not need to fly away. I was too occupied by my wondrous inventory. Or rotation rate. Anyway. So I've made up your mind then. What about what to do with the truth? I have. I shall go to the Addis Nest and entrust the journal to our superior's care. Above all, we cannot allow it to be used as an instrument of hatred. Having said that, neither will I stand for the truth to be erased. I will oppose any attempt to do so with all my being. I'm not sure I understand. What do you want to do exactly? I will hand over the journal on the condition that the truth be revealed one day, when the people are ready to accept it. Call me indecisive, but I cannot bear to see the tome misused, nor the truth willfully buried. Well, look at you. Stands in a stiff, standing his ground. Goes without the saying, but I'm with you, Chief. Ain't no one gonna explore or erase history on my watch. Thank you, my friends, for trusting in me. Well, to get to your head, though, eh? Had your decision not been to my liking, I would have knocked you flat in your arse and resigned from your Swiven unit. So much for you decide. Ugh, never mind. I never changed a lot. Captain Sanson, right? Some fellow asked me to pass this letter to you. This is from Norval. A journal is yours to do with as you wish. When ere you take it away, I would speak with Lynn, and Lynn alone, one last time. I await you in Dimwald, but a percipient one. Ah, this reeks. Tell me you don't. But if this is a trap, why would Norval ask for the strongest of all of us here? He may truly have something important to say. Conversely, I would also offer us a chance to convey... it would also offer us a chance to convey our intent. I'm loath to expose you to danger, my friend, but will you go to this meeting? I don't like the idea of you going alone, but that'll defeat the purpose of the meeting. At the first sign of danger, though, get out of there fast, alright? To the south. I have been a little bit torn about something. When should I do the level 70 job quests? Because I would like to have the level 70 skills before we go into any level 70 content. We've been waiting for you! Yeah, uh-huh. Congratulations, you waited and you're now dead. Bye. Bitch. Really, that's all? Although I think I may have an idea what they did. They may have decided to distract me so that they can get at somebody else over here, right? Yep. Ah, you're back, but where's Sanson? No letter arrived right after you left. I asked for him to come as well. You're really alone then? Swive me. You're just a the diversion. Sanson was a real target. I thought it'd be alright seeing as you'd be there, but should have gone as well. God, struck me down for a fool. If you didn't see Sanson, they must have nabbed him on the way to Dimwald. Come on, we have to find him. Sanson's book was lying here. Left a message in blood. Goddamn mummers. We have your friend, who will send our prize to the Adder's Nest. Horson can take his ransom and shove it up his arse. We're gonna storm their hideout, tear them all new ones, and free Sanson. We don't know where they are. Damn it, Lynn, how can you always be so calm? It's downright contagious. And you're right, of course. We don't even know where the bastards have taken Sanson. We need help if we're gonna save him. Come on, let's hurry back to Gridania to the Adder's Nest. Back to the Adder's Nest. I just saw a character with the name Sad Fish. Feels bad, man. I've just reported the situation. I'm going to call a meeting to talk strategy. As for Gilbard Journal, I'm still holding on to it. Told him it's for the chief to hand over. They were not too pleased, fancy that. You see, unlike our friend Sanson, I don't have much faith in the Order. I don't trust him to act in our best interest. The Journal's our bargaining chip, not only with them, but Norval is besides. It'd be good to bring old Jahantel into this as well. He'd want to know. Might even have some sage advice to share. But for now, we sit tight and wait and see what the Order and Norval will do. Then we plan some doings of our own. So then, rest up and save your strength then. We're gonna need it. Alright. Well, that was horrible. In the sense of that did not go the way that it was supposed to go. Whoopsie, that's the wrong menu. Level 60... Nope. Over here. Level 66 gives me Barrel Stabilizer, which will just increase your heat gauge by 50. allowing you to immediately do a hypercharge. Right. Let us go back to the hounds. The hounds. Release the hounds. Smithers. It's been a while since I said that. I used to say that quite a lot, because I enjoyed it. It all started with a dwarf in Final Fantasy 14, 4, not 14. Where have you been, Lynn? I've been itching to open this letter from Rosenthal, but he's addressed it to you. Come on, see what he has to say. Mystery solved. I took a good look at Naldik and familiar stock, and the firearms are one of theirs. Names have some bloody strict regulations on the export of firearms, so our bandit chief must have had a back alley supplier. Get your Stormblood elements and we'll find out who put that weapon in our thief's hands. I'll be at the Etherite on the lower decks, Rosenthal. So, he's on the trail then. Good. Just let me get my gear and we can be off. What? You're going with Lynn? Is that really a good idea? I'm with Sim on this one, Hilda. If the leader of the hound starts picking quarrels on foreign soil, we could be looking at all sorts of trouble for Ridgeguard. Ridgeguard's where the bloody trouble started, and since when have folk of the broom been content to sit back and let others handle the dirty work? I'm going and that's the end of it, but I promise I'll be on my best behavior. You'll be very welcome in Lim's Elementa. Speaking of which, I can just use return. Return! Away! Right. Loading. 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 Because there's too many people. Loading. Chewy buck. What in the bloody hell's she doing here? I put your bleeding name on the letter and all. Need to see this through. If I don't, then what are hands good for? I'll just have to humour me. I was aiming to avoid political complications, seeing as Lynn and me ain't tied too tightly to any one nation. It is lucky I have a soft spot for fools would ignore the risk to make a point. Let's go and get it. Let's get to it then. The bloke most likely to have supplies the firearm is the same bastard what tried to buy the sword. Black marketeer friend. For lucky you might have an idea where the brigands run off to. I've a mind to squeeze him until an answer pops out. I'd like to have a word or two with that bandit leader myself. It's the loose end what needs tying up. I'm on the same page. According to my sources, we should find the merchant in the anchor yard. Let's get over there and get this business over with. We're all the way over there. I'm still confused about the Lim's Element layout. I've only spent too much hours in this game, but I don't spend that much time in Limbs, I suppose. So, for reasons that are quite obvious. Awkward look. Nah. Well, if it isn't the hounds, was it? What can a humble peddler such as myself do for Ridgeguard's finest? Help us capture the bandit leader. I am but a humble merchant. Surely I would be more hindrance than help in such an investigation. If you're not feeling helpful, then maybe I should pay a visit to the Yellowjackets and mention a firearm your valued customer was using. Maybe I'll just skip straight to them as upholds the code. No, let's not be too hasty. Mayhap I can make an exception in this case. In exchange for your silence regarding my trade in exotic weapons, I believe the gentleman in question has a camp at Providence Point in the Central Highlands. That is where I would look. Providence Point, eh? Well, it's a start. If you're plaguing us fools, I'll be back to feed the crowds with your lying tongue. In fact, if I ever hear you dealing in stolen goods again, you can add a few more body parts to that list. Nice doing business with you. Get shot upon, Black Marketeer. That's what you get. You can't always get what you want. I'm going insane, like always. Yes, you do be like that. You definitely do be like us. That. Hello. What? How did you? You've signed your own death warrant coming here. Right. Boy, if you don't...
Mega Blaster.
Well, anyway, are you done now? Gods, no! You've killed me, precious! I came running when I heard the shots, but it seems you had things well in hand. Oh, bugger me, there's more of you. Please, I'll do anything you ask. Just don't kill me. Stop your blubbering, cur. You ain't gonna kill you, not just yet, any road. That'll depend on the answer you give us. Answers? What's he on about, Lynn? The reason behind Runton's theft? The identity of the man's employer? I guess the reason behind Runton's theft. Wanted to sell it for a coin, of course. Ah, but then why only steal the sword, eh? Now the brigands we captured were bloody clueless. They only knew what the job was, not the who or the why. Meaning the whole deal was made through this bastard. Start barking, dog, and you might just save your own hide. Everybody was pirates once. That is until the bitch admiral passed a bloody law. Blokes like us, though, we ain't cut out for honest work. We'd almost drank through the last of our plunder when that back alley peddler shut up with some overpainted wench. Said she'd a job for us. All we had to do was filch a special sword from the Holy See. Bah! What a purse she offered. It had stolen the whole blatant vault. And who was this woman? Part of the deal was we didn't ask no questions. Even the merchant didn't know her real name. It was odd, but we needed the coin, and I didn't rightly care either way. The job itself was as easy as taking a piss. She even paid for me to have a firearm to use, and sent us down a route where we didn't have no guards. But the gods only knows how she managed that trick. All we did was follow her map and shoot the locks in the vault. Walked in, grabbed the sword, walked out, bold as you please. The trouble came after delivery was made. She gave the blade back to you. Why, she sent for me again the day after, pushed the sword back into my hands along with a sack full of coin. Said she'd made a mistake or something, and I should sell the damn thing. Well, I ain't fool enough to try fencing a relic like that on my own, so I'm back to the merchant. You're fool enough not to properly burn your contract of sale. How do you think he found you the first time? Contract of sale? What in the hell are you talking about? You think I'll leave a deal like that in ink for the whole world to see? Things are starting to make sense now. It's just one little problem with your story. I've told you the truth, I swear it. It was that wench what puts me up to it. Aye, that bit I believe. What catches in me craw is the reason for handing the back the sword. That was no mistake. On us finding a contract of sale, the bastard says he never wrote. There's no mistake neither. No, he was led by the nurse to reclaim Runting before it was sold. And the quickest way to learn the why of it might be to ask the blade itself. Would you mind carting this piece of offal back to Ishgard, Rosenthal? Come with me, Lynn. I need to pay a visit to Muscadine and convince him to take a closer look at that sword. I know exactly who the fucking bitch is that did this. I knew it from the moment that I saw her. She had special clothes. So that means that she's a bitch. No, I am pretty dang sure that it's the lady from the beginning of the quest. Spoilers! Hello. My boy! Mrs. Lynn, how may I... Ah, you again. Was there some choice insult you'd forgotten to spit at me during our previous meeting? Truest, Muscadine. I wouldn't be here if it weren't important. I see. So you believe that Runting may have been altered in some fashion before you were allowed to reclaim it? It's a bit too bloody convenient, don't you think? Maybe I'm wrong, but I'd rather look a fool than risk something happening at the ceremony. I need to check that sword. I must admit, your passion confounds me. The blade is recovered and your hounds have done their duty. Why bother pursuing such faint suspicion? I willingly endure the presence of a man you so clearly despise. Ah, I hate your bleeding guts, but once we take on a job, we do the damn thing right. Then gave her all to save Ishgard. How can I look in the eye, if I let a petty feud get in the way of my duty? Such a pride. I've not seen this side of you before. It is as you say. If there truly is some flaw or trickery in the blade that disrupts the ceremony, the consequences could be grave indeed. And yet there are rules in place which prevent me from simply handing renting over to the hands. Furthermore, a resident blacksmith has already inspected the recovered weapon and declared it sound. Even so, I will call upon Lord Stephanivian to conduct an independent examination. A machinist may notice a detail that a blacksmith would overlook. I trust this can be accomplished with the requisite discretion. Very good. As far as the release of Runting is concerned, the manufactory is a sanctioned facility. The bureaucrats will be satisfied even should I secure the necessary permissions after the fact. I shall begin making the arrangements. Well, that's that then. Let's get back to the broom and tell the news to Rothenthal. Rothgar? Yes. The man is named after an entire species. Potatoes! Good name. Brum. Brum bum bum. Bum. Robobum. Muscadane's not known for his love of the lowborn. Didn't expect he just... Thought I'd have to put up more of a fight, is what I'm saying. Well, the sword's with the manufactory now, so I have no complaints. That's where I'd meant to take it in the first place. Now we wait, but don't get too comfortable in. Things are sure to come to a head soon enough. Probably. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this episode of I was playing Final Fantasy XIV. The next episode we're going to go and deal with the final 3 job quests for this tier of job quests until we reach level 70. Now we get to do even more. Yay. Adios.